What's up guys, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Sun and Moon coverage, and today we are looking at the new feature, I don't know what to call it quite yet, that was basically hinted at, revealed, shown in the latest trailer that we covered yesterday. But as I said, I wanted to do a whole video on this to cover it on its own because it is a big thing to talk about and I didn't want to lump it with the rest of the trailer. So if you haven't seen that video, go back to the video and watch it for yesterday's trailer or for the trailer a few days ago, and then come back and we shall talk about this. But for now, we're going to jump onto it. So there are sort of loads of bits and pieces here and there. It's not too clear, it's not necessarily shown in chronological order, as the process. But out of all the images, I've picked it out and I've basically put together the process of how this is going to work. So in battle, my theory of this, it's to do with moves. I'm pretty sure most people are sort of onto that train now, that it's to do with an extra move that you can unlock. Maybe it unlocks mid-battle, maybe it's available for the whole battle, who knows, but it's a move you can use, and it's a bit we don't know exactly what it's going to be. Or it's going to be like one use a battle per Pokemon, or it'll be one move per battle, or whatever. Basically, you'll have an extra move to use. Now, when you use this move, your character will do some special sort of whatcha. But you can see here, just want to point out in this picture, in the bracelet here, he doesn't actually have the jewel in there. Like as we saw on the art, he has this bracelet, and there's this yellow jewel on the front of it. Obviously, it's blue for the heroine, but it's not here. Now, why is this? We don't know. Maybe he's taken it out. Maybe it's just, maybe he's just not gotten it yet, but you can still use this feature before it, and the jewel is to do with Mega Evolution in particular. We don't quite know. But this is how it starts off, or a version of it starts off with a nice sort of acting out with the bracelet, very similar to the Mega Evolution thing, and then we throw it up in the air, and we get this symbol come out. Now, this symbol, we don't know what it is, or whether it's related to the feature as a whole, or whether it's related to a particular typing. But the feature you can see here is like a boomerang on top of a spring, is what I'm going to refer to it as, a symbol basically, once you do that. Then the next thing it seems to do is we do a little dance, and then we finish off the dance, however, and this big burst of orange light comes, lightning light, whatever, comes out from behind us, very similarly, exactly the same sort of colour light as the symbol, so we can tell those are definitely linked. We release all of this energy at the end of this dance, I'm going to call it, and then our Pokemon, you can see here, is Rowlet, absorbs this energy. Rowlet's the only one we see do this, but it's likely it's going to be similar to all the other Pokemon, for everyone else that can do it. And then the Pokemon gets focused on, and they seem to get powered up by this, like green fire coming up from behind it, and the symbol for the typing comes across the front, which I think is really cool. And then they use the move. Now, I believe this is a grass type move, but we'll look more at that in a minute. So this is the basic process. Oh, a Pokemon. Sorry, just had to catch myself Paris. It's all good. So, where were we? This seems to be the basic process for whatever we're going to call this. I don't know what to refer to it as. Maybe like a hyper move is what I might say. But basically, the Pokemon at least that can do this, will have an extra move on their move battle screen, similar to Mega Evolution. And this move will be a one. I'm going to say, I'm going to just say for the rest of the video, it'll be a one use per battle per Pokemon possibly. And then you can power up, use this special move, you throw out your energy, your Pokemon absorbs it, you connect on a bond together, very similar to Ash Greninja, and then this Pokemon powers up and uses this special move. Now, whether this special move is exclusive to the Pokemon itself, or whether it's exclusive to a typing, I would say probably typing, but we'll look more at that in just a second, because we are going to analyse all the different types of different stages. First up, we have the symbol stage. Now, as I said, this is the only one we've seen. We haven't seen any other symbols yet, so we don't really know whether this symbol is universal or whether it's to a particular type. It doesn't look, looking at it straight away, it doesn't look like, oh yeah, that's the fire type symbol, or an electric type symbol, or anything like that. It just looks like a symbol. You can't really easily relate it to anything. You could say, oh yeah, it's lightning because it's orange, orange-yellow colour. But of course, that's the colour of the sort of the theme in general, because of we saw that the energy getting released. So we can't really say that either. So I'm just going to have to say for the moment, it's either a universal symbol or it's a symbol for a particular type. We don't know quite yet. We can't say much more on that front right now. But there are more stages that are more interesting. For example, different types of dance. We've seen at least 4 of them. And here they are. The first one is this weird arm movement you see the kids do in the trailer. The second one is the releasing energy, as we've seen already. The third one is one that the heroine does. We don't see her do the full dance, I don't think, but basically she lifts her arm up high, just right up high. It's not the arm with the bracelet on, because you can see the bracelet there. So I'm going to assume the dance continues on, and she comes down, brings her arm back down. And then finally we have her hero again, doing some sort of wavy dance, waving his arms around. Now, because we're looking at 4 types here, yes, we've seen Rowlet obviously already, but the other types we're looking at, no surprise, are going to be fire and water, as well as electric, because we've seen that move Pikachu uses, and we'll look more into this in a moment. So if we try and match these 4 types to these, 4 dances, I would say obviously the last one is clearly water. He's doing a wave dance with his hands. It makes a lot of sense. Grass, fire, electric are the ones left. Electric, we've seen that the top right one is very, very likely linked with Rowlet, since it links straight onto there from the releasing energy, so that's possibly grass. Leaving us with these last 2 being being electric and fire. Who knows which is which? I would say probably electric is the top one, the hands going side by side, and the fire is possibly the one with the heroine's doing, or it could be the other way, because of course the fire behind him is slightly different. It's not like amazingly different, but it does look slightly different, especially for the heroine one, because it seems to go up much higher. So the heroine could possibly be electricity, with the fire energy being some sort of electric bolt, lightning bolt behind her, and the other one obviously looks a lot more like a flame. Or it could be the other way around, because I'm saying that more because the elemental types, fire, water and grass, are shown right at the end of the trailer, whereas the Pikachu move is shown in the middle of the trailer, as is this move here. So that's why it leads me more to think that's the electric move, but right now we're not too sure. I talked about these different typings though, and we see 3 type sort of icons appear on Rowlet, Litten and Popplio respectively, because those are the 3 starters. We don't see it happen for Pikachu, we just see Pikachu use this move, as we'll look at in just a second. You can see these type icons appear just before they use the move, and notice these type icons aren't the usual type icons you would imagine, because look at grass. Grass usually is like a simple smooth leaf. Oh, a Rattata. Got myself a Rattata, guys, no problem. I don't mean to be unprofessional, but it's fun. Right, so yes, we see these 3, but you'd imagine that grass, you'd imagine like a smooth leaf with a pointy top and then a round bottom with nice smooth edges, like we see for TCG. Fire, again, you'd imagine sort of like a round fireball. This one is similar, but it seems to have like a spiral to it, which makes it a bit different from usual. And then water, this again is similar, but generally with water you just have a simple water droplet. You don't have these inner sort of designs. So the differences in these icons suggest to me that they are supposed to represent the powering up of these types, hence the possibly these moves being 1 per type, and stuff like that. Again though, we don't know quite yet, it's just a speculation for me, but I do like this section here. It's going to give us some nice cool icons for use basically. Finally, we're looking at the moves. So we have 4 different moves that are related to this, we can assume at least. Obviously I mentioned already Pikachu using one, and then 1 for each starter. First up we see Pikachu. We've seen Pikachu's the other day online, as well as obviously in the trailer, but it starts off shooting off a beam of lightning, and then it switches camera angle, and this beam sort of changes into a zap, like a very powerful zap, and it shoots off into the distance. Now this does look like a power-up Thunderbolt to me. I mentioned it in my video a few days ago talking about this, but it does look a lot like a powered-up Thunderbolt to me. So possibly that's where it's going to link in, we don't know. Looking at the grass type move, we've seen a hint of it already, but you can see it here, 3 stages, or it's a simple stage, but it's basically, it looks like a powered-up Solar Beam again. Light shines down. It's on a Lillipup actually, so rest in peace Lillipup. But light shines down, and then and it's surrounded by flowers. I don't really know what this is about, whether or not it's related to fairy rather than grass. I don't know. It would be suggested as grass, because we've seen we see this one as well as fire and water afterwards, so it makes a lot of sense. It'd be grass. I just don't know what the petals are there particularly, whether they're related or not. Who knows? Then we see fire. Fire seems to be like a fireball, exactly. Oh, a Rattata again. Got myself another Rattata. I know you guys are proud of me. Anyway, but yes, looks like a fireball because it starts off at the camera, maybe charging up from Litten and then shoots off. It is Litten that's doing this move, by the way. You can't see it in these screenshots, but there is the outline of Litten. I think in the first one you can just about see. So it is Litten shooting this off, and it seems to be a very powerful fireball it's shooting off. And then finally we have the water one, which is a bit different. I don't know exactly how to describe it. Again, it seems like almost a rushing ball of water going towards this ladybird, but then when it gets hit, it's very, I don't like the animation for it because you can hardly tell what's going on half the time, but it then gets swept up into a whirlpool, so I guess it's like, I don't know, whirlpool, I don't know, but basically I'm thinking that these moves are going to be basically more powerful versions of existing moves. Pikachu, I've mentioned already how very similar it looks to a Thunderbolt. Again, the grass one, you cannot deny its similarities to Solar Beam, and then obviously the last two, obviously, you know, the Fireball could be any fire type move really, you could link it to there. And then the water one could be a powered up version of Whirlpool, of course, so we don't really know right now, but that it does seem to be going that way. A Drowsy! Okay, Pokemon catching duty done. I'm just using incense, so I thought I'd better keep tuned. But yes, it does look like powered up versions of existing moves. It could be a case, or they could be sort of named differently and just be related in some ways. Like this Thunderbolt-like movement might be called like Thunder Zap, and this Solar Beam might be called, you know, Solar Punch. I don't know. But yes, that is the video, guys, covering this new feature and all the new footage we have of it. Let me know down below what you think of it. Do you think there's going to be like a move for each type that certain Pokemon are going to have access to? Do you think all Pokemon are going to have access to this move, you know, to each move? Just let me know down below, really, because obviously we know there's something special about Rowlet, Litten, Popplio, and also Rockruff going along with it. So maybe Rockruff is a rock type Pokemon with access to that move, and not all Pokemon, not all evolution lines have access to this new power up feature. Let me know what you think about us down below, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button and have fun playing Pokemon Go. But for now, this is going to be it for me for today. I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.